Hi everybody, this is Beth McCullough. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Des Moines, Iowa. And I do live videos every Tuesday night with my sweet husband, Steve.
Hi everybody.
But that's not why we're here today. It's catalog launch. This is so exciting. And if you look at the front of the catalog, they put the best bundle on the front. It's called Ice Cream Swirl. And that is what I'm going to show you today. If you look really carefully, you can see the stamped strawberry and cherry, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to show you some things they didn't show you. Okay, so I love this set. The first thing I did was start playing with it, and I figured out, well, Steve and I debated. We decided if this was a cake cone, we wanted to make it crushed curry, because that looks more like the cones we have here that are this shape. And I thought it'd be fun to make a double-decker cone. And then, you know, along with ice cream, I sometimes like to have an ice cream sundae. So if you cut out the cone and you just cut it off right across the bottom of these three lines, look at this. You have an ice cream sundae. Isn't that awesome? And Steve wasn't so sure about this, but I like tipping it over so the tip of the cone is off to the right, and then it's like a double dip of ice cream.
Okay, to be clear, Beth knows a lot about ice cream.
I like ice cream. Okay, then there's shakes. We have to have a shake. So with that same ice cream cone, if you cut it off on the top of the three lines, you have a little shake. Isn't that awesome? Another thing I figured out when I started playing with it is, first I thought this cone paper was going to go down here, but it's pretty wide. So I like it up here so it has a little edge down there.
And that's the way cone paper really is. So, I mean, then you can tell what it is if you can see part of the bottom.
Right. But the detail on this cone is amazing. Now, I know a lot of you have previous ice cream sets, but I'm going to convince you this is the best set yet. So the first card I made is this. Well, I'll tell you how I came up with these colors. The in colors 2022 to 24, I picked three of them. Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, and Parakeet Party. And then again, I used crushed curry for the cone. And the ice cream cone didn't fit straight up. So I got out my Stitched with Whimsy dies, and I die cut around the edges, and then I decided the cone had to be diagonal. I did the thanks out of this set, and with Sweet Sorbet, I used the double oval punch to cut that out.
So when our kids were little, if we would have seen a cone tipping like that, it would have been time for emergency dive to grab the ice cream before it tipped over.
Exactly. Another thing that I did in picking those in colors, I really like the in-color pearls to go with this, so they're scattered around on a lot of these cards. And then if you look really closely, this is Tahitian Tide, and then this is textured. Can you see that? And the textured paper is on page 127, the in-color textured paper, number 8 right here. And then for a lot of my cones, here's another one I'll show you. I use the in-color paper, also the 22-24 in-color paper. So I wanted to make sure and show you that.
Hey, I thought of something.
What's that?
So you talked about your color, Sweet Sorbet.
Yeah.
Sorbet is like sherbet, right?
Yes.
We could have chosen that color, and then it would have been like real.
Okay. You should make your ice cream Sweet Sorbet. The reason I didn't is I wanted to show you my cute little cherry, and my cherry had to be the red color.
Ah.
So I cut out the cherry die twice with Sweet Sorbet and Parakeet Party, and then I cut the stem off and put it on there. So these three pieces are all textured. But anyway, that was my first card, and I fell in love right from the beginning. Okay, next, I made it again, but I wanted the card to stand up straight. So I made a mini slimline card. This measures 3 1/4 by 6 1/4. So what I did is cardstock, 6 1/4 by 6 1/2, scored it in the middle, and I came up with a card that's 3 1/2 by 6 1/2. Now in metric, you can go ahead and do that. It's just a little bit bigger than the size of the cone. And for envelopes, this is an envelope number 7 is what this would fit in. So for this, I added the online exclusive Basics 3D dots and did that for the white background. And then that in color paper I showed you before is down here. And also the twine. I used this in color twine on a lot of these. I liked that wrapped around the ice cream cone. And again, the sweet sorbet heart, so the ice cream couldn't be red again.
I understand now.
Okay. And I sprinkled on some more of the dots. Inside I did happy birthday. That's with the go-to greetings and another stitched heart up there.
So this would be like Smurf ice cream or bubblegum ice cream.
If you go to the ice
Cotton
cream
candy
store,
ice cream.
they have all these colors.
You can always tell when the kids have eaten the blue ice cream because
It's all over their lips. This little stitched heart is from Give It a Whirl. And I love that. I put it on a lot of my ice cream cones that I'm going to show you. So, what do you think of the little one, Steve?
I like that one. And I like the way that the embossing matches the dots on the blue.
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you get a new set, get out a coordinating thing and just have fun playing. That's what I did. I played with this for a long time. Then I thought, well, I had that double-decker cone I showed you. So then I went for the regular slimline card. Now this one is 4 inches across and 9 inches tall. So my cardstock that I used was 8 inches by 9 inches, scored at 4 inches. Again, a crushed curry ice cream cone. The Yum Yum came from this set, the Sentiment. And for the circles, I used the Reach for the Stars dies, the second from the smallest, and the second from the smallest Stylish Shapes. And that's how I did that. Oops, I have all these in order. It must stay. So I popped up the Yum Yum, and then that's on a Sweet Sorbet stitch shape. It did the same thing with the strawberry, similar to what I did with the cherry on the first one. I cut it out in both Sweet Sorbet and Parakeet Party, and then I fussy cut it to have it still look like a strawberry. Oh, this is something different I did. This pink is Bubble Bath, and then it's Sweet Sorbet, but with clear embossing powder. And I was going to show you that. So what I did is I took my swirl, you can see it's very pink, and I inked it up in Versamark first, and then I went straight into the Sweet Sorbet. You can do that because Versamark's not going to leave a mark on it. Then I stamped it, put the clear embossing powder on it, and heat embossed it. And that is why, just like the textured is shiny, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but my lines on the ice cream are tiny. I have another tip for you on this page. I wanted a background, and you know, our embossing folders are not this long, so I was like, what should I do? So here is my piece that's 4 inches by 8 3/4, and I got out my dots and spots die, and I'll show you how I lined this up. I lined it up so there's a whole row on the top. It's a little bit above the metal, if you can see that. And I ran it through the die. I got it out, poked the holes out, and then I put the bottom holes back in the top row again, and I kept going. So as you can see, they're perfectly spaced. Yay!
Yay!
So I thought that was a good idea to do with that.
A little bit of precision.
Exactly.
In your die cutting.
You want it just so. Inside I have Hope Your Day is Sweet. I might put another strawberry or heart inside, but a fun card to give. This goes in a number 10 envelope. In the US, this is called a business envelope, and it fits very nicely in that, so you wouldn't have to buy a special envelope for it. Okay, I talked about shakes earlier. Here we go with the shakes. So I did Melon Mambo. The background is Bubble Bath. And I ran it through with the dot embossing folder. Little bigger hearts from the Give It a Whirl dies. And I love these straws. Now, if you're wondering in this set what this is for, it is to cut out the straws. So I stamped Melon Mambo on Bubble Bath and ran it through to get the straws. And then I needed a little sentiment that fit. And nothing was really fitting here. So I got out my second favorite new set, which is the Thoughtful Moments embossing folder. And I'm going to show you just briefly. I'll have another video with more detail, but I'm going to show you really quickly. I did lots of trial and error on this, how to make this work. So you have your embossing folder and you have your dies. And your dies, if you put them like this, did you hear it click, Steve? It clicks into place. Here, let me move the ice cream so you can see this. I just kind of smoothed it around here, and you can tell when it's in place. It just clicks down in place. For this embossing folder, the ink always goes where you see the Stampin' Up! Logo. So I tried everything. I have the old roller brayer. I tried stamping with an ink pad, but you know what I liked the best? Was using the blending brush. Put it in the Sweet Sorbet. I inked it up all over, and when I got done, Steve, how many times did you see me run out to the kitchen sink? I just ran it under water, and you can see I did several rounds of red, and the embossing folder is perfectly clear. So do the red on the inside where the Stampin' Up! Logo is. And now put the metal part right here. Now what I want you to do is shut it so it's just in the right place to cut. Turn it over and now open it up. Now you're going to take your 6x6 piece of cardstock, set it in there, shut it, and run it through your embossing folder like this. So the ink is on here, you're cutting, you're doing everything at once. And when you do that, you get the whole page of this, and it turned out absolutely perfectly. But then I'm like, how do I color it in? And I tried Stampin' Write markers, I tried a brayer, I tried all kinds of things. I wanted it perfect, just like this Celebrate was. And I will show you the thing that worked the best, although I don't have glasses over here. I used glasses when I did it, is to take a blend, a Stampin' blend. Oh, look at that. Glasses appeared.
The assistant demonstrator.
You are amazing.
Just trying to find a purpose for this being on this video.
Yeah, so if you just do it lightly, it just stays within the lines. I'm just going to do this O for you. And I was amazed really how easy it is. And it's like the color wants to go right where it's supposed to because it's raised. See that? So I would color in the whole thing, and it turned out very nice. So that is the words. That's where Oh Happy Day came from. And then, like I said, these hearts are also from Give It a Whirl. Popped them up. And we have a shake card. Doesn't that look fun, Steve?
Beth likes shakes.
I do. Now, here's another card. This would be great for Valentine's Day. I went back to putting the border around. The ice cream I did in white. I did the words just like the words I just showed you. I cut them the way I said and then used the blend to color it. I have rhinestones on here. This is the holographic paper. Super pretty with the dots, the embossing. I stamped the donut. Excuse me, I've heard people ask what the donut's for. It's for a collage when you're making a sundae. And then I did another holographic little heart from Give It a Whirl. Put the twine on here. Have a matching envelope. Super, super sweet card. Then, when you actually make this, you'll see it cuts out like it's a tag, right? So I've been cutting down the center to just get a single cone. But I thought, well, I better make a tag while I'm here. So this is the tag, the way it comes. I did an ice cream swirl and bubble bath, put the dots on it, did some plain white baker's twine, again did the cake cup, and then for the inside I ran it through again in white, and I just snipped off the very top just so there was room in there. And wouldn't that be a great tag for a birthday card? So I hope that you will try the ice cream swirl bundle. It is super fun, and even if you have the other ones, this one is totally different. Here, I'll bring the cards out one more time. If you have any questions, you can email me. I'm at beth@stampingmom.com. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the catalog launch. You're going to see lots of amazing cards. And
Can't see those two.
here, do I put them on top of each other? Lots of fun cards. Thank you for joining me today. If you ever want to have fun with Steve on Tuesday nights, we like to chat with people and do a fun video. That's from 7 to 7:30 on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Yep.
I hope you all have a blessed day and enjoy your new catalog toys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.